Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to this 18th lecture session of the course, Computational Fluid Dynamics. In the previous lecture, we have talked about different discretization schemes which can be employed for convection diffusion equations, and the schemes were exponential, hybrid, and power law-based schemes. Okay. One of the important consideration was in these schemes that these were derived by considering the approximation or considering the numerical solution closest to that of our exact solution while we are considering 1D convection diffusion equation. Okay. However, if we talk in terms of the order of accuracy of these schemes, majority of these schemes were nothing but first order accurate. Okay. So what we will be doing over here in this lecture, we will try to develop our understanding related to some higher order accurate schemes, and such schemes should also take care of the transportive features. Okay. So one of such scheme is called as QUICK, Q-U-I-C-K. Okay. So where it is referred to as quadratic upstream interpolation for convective kinetics. Okay, and this particular scheme is developed by Leonard in 1979. Okay, so what we are having over here, if you see, the basis of this scheme is quadratic upstream interpolation. It means whatever the function which we will be considering for our discretization, that will be actually nothing but quadratic function, and moreover we are giving the weightage to upstream direction over here. Okay, so let me first take our normal grid representation. So say this is my node P, say this is node W, and this is one more node, say WW. Okay, similarly in the downstream direction, say I have over here node E and one more node over here, say EE. Okay, now I am considering, say, flow is happening from left to right. Okay, so now what will be happening over here, we will consider nothing but quadratic variation between the our property value. So let me consider that I have, say, some value over here as phi WW. Similarly, at this point I have some another value as, say, phi W, and over here some value as, say, phi P. Okay, so these are my values at this three different node points. So if these are the values, and if I have to employ my quadratic interpolation, quadratic fit over here, what will be the variation of function? The variation of function will be nothing but a plus bx plus c times x square. Okay, so that will be the nature of the function. So now if I have to fit this over here, my curve will be looking something like this. Okay, so this will be my curve which is fitted in between these three values of the phi. Now let me consider over here, say this point is having value as E. Phi E is the property at this point. Okay, so if this is having phi E, if I have now to fit one more quadratic curve, that will be having nature something like this. Okay, so this is my another curve which is fitted in between points W, P, and E. So this first curve is actually fitted in between WW, W, and P, and this second curve I am considering over here is actually fitted. So let me number it as 2, and let me number this one as 1. Okay, so this 1 is basically showing fitting in between WW, W, and P, whereas second is showing fitting in between W, P, and E. Okay, so now if you see our 1D convection diffusion equation, and if we integrate that one and then try to find out the discretized form, that will be something like this: Fe into phi E minus fw into phi w, that will be equal to nothing but what I have to do over here, that will be equal to gamma times. So in the right hand side, I will be having gamma times E into d phi by dx at point E at face E minus gamma times W into d phi by dx at face W. Okay. So now what I have to do, I have to approximate these values for phi E, phi W, d phi by dx E and d phi by dx W. And while I will be approximating these values, what I have to do, I have to consider over here nothing but quadratic fit in between our grid points. Okay. So till this point, it is clear what I have conveyed.
Yes, sir.
Now what I want to do over this system, this is my point number P, this is my point number W, this is my point number WW, and say this is grid or node point E. Now let me consider I am fixing my x coordinate over here. So if I fix my x coordinate over here, and if I consider my grid is of uniform spacing, so spacing between these different points is say uniform, and that is nothing but equal to delta x. Okay, so under this condition, I have phi as a plus bx plus cx square. Can you find out the values of coefficients? So from here I can say when x is equal to 0, at that time phi will be nothing but equal to phi p. Is this point clear? So from here I can simply say that phi p is nothing but equal to a. Okay. Now second thing what I can do, I can say when my x is equal to minus delta x. So when x is minus delta x, what is the value of phi at that point?
Phi w.
Phi w.
So value of phi is nothing but equal to phi w. So from here I can write equation number 1 as nothing but equal to phi w equal to, in place of a I will be writing phi p plus b into minus delta x, okay, and plus c into minus delta x whole square. Okay, say this is my equation number 2 over here. Then one more consideration I can take, that when my x is equal to minus 2 delta x, what is the value of phi? Then my phi will be equal to phi ww. Okay, so from here I can say that phi ww will be equal to phi p plus b times minus 2 delta x, okay, and plus c into minus 2 delta x whole square. Okay, so now let me now rewrite equation number 2 and 3. So if I further write equation number 2 and 3, I will be finding 2 will be equal to phi w minus phi p equal to minus b delta x, okay, and plus c into delta x square. Okay, and if I now rearrange the equation number 4, that will be becoming phi ww, sorry, equation number 3, that will be becoming phi ww minus phi p equal to minus 2b times delta x plus 2 square will be becoming 4, so 4c into delta x square. Say this is my equation number this is equation number 4 and this is my equation number 5. Okay. Now what I have to do, if I have to find out the values of b and c, what I can do? I can you find out from here the values of b and c? So all of you, sorry, all of you also please calculate the values of b and c, and I will also try to do it over here. Okay. So I will now apply some operation, say that as 4 minus 5 divided by 2. Okay. So if I apply this operation 4 minus 5 divided by 2, my left hand side will be becoming phi w minus phi ww. Okay, this phi p will be cancelling out, and in the right hand side this b delta x will be cancelling out. Okay, so b delta x and this divided by 2, this will become plus, so it will be cancelling out, and I'll be getting C delta x square minus 2C delta x square. So this will
So
become
there will be a term of 1 by 2 phi p in the left hand side.
1 by 2. Yes, 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 yeah. So it will be phi w minus phi w by 2. Yeah, thanks for that.
And 1 by 2 phi p.
Yes, because I am doing 1 by 2 over here. Yeah. It will be plus phi p by 2 also. Yes. That is equal to minus C delta x square. So from here, if I calculate C, what I am getting, C is becoming 1 by delta x square, and inside terms will be changing their sign. Okay. So if I change the sign, it will become phi w divided by 2 minus phi p by 2 minus phi w. Okay. So I have obtained the value for C. If I substitute this into equation number 4, I will be getting corresponding value for B. So let me now write down. So from here 4 will become equal to phi w minus phi p equal to minus B times delta x, plus with C delta x square will cancel out, and I will be getting simply as phi w by 2 minus phi p by 2 and minus phi w. Okay. So now can
Sir,
you tell
there
me?
will be minus 5p by 2 in 4 minus 5 by 2. And
Yes, sir.
my,
Sorry?
in the equation 4 minus 5 by 2 where you have written, there will be minus 5p by 2.
Let me write. Yes, it will be minus 5p.
And here in
Yeah.
the below equation sign will change.
Yes. So here it will become then plus, and here also it will become plus. Okay. Is it correct now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now can you tell me what will be the value for B? So if you segregate different terms, I will be getting B as nothing but equal to 1 divided by delta x times, what will be the coefficients? So if you see over here, QWW by 2 will be getting negative sign. So minus phi WW divided by 2. And if you see phi P by 2, this will become 3 phi P by 2 with negative sign. So it will become plus 3 phi P by 2. Okay. And if you see phi W, this will become 2 phi W. So minus 2 phi W. Have I written correctly?
So phi ww by 2 should be positive.
Phi WW
Yes,
by
sir.
2
Yes, sir.
should be positive. Yes, correct. Anything else? Other coefficients, have I written correctly or wrong?
Yes, sir, it's correct.
Okay. So now I have obtained the values for value for B and C. So what will be my phi expression now? I will be substituting. So phi will become A is nothing but phi P plus B. B is B into delta x. Sorry, B into x. So B into x. Now my expression of B is, can you tell me what is B? B is 1 by delta x times phi WW divided by 2 plus 3 phi P divided by 2 minus 2 phi W into x. Okay. Plus C times of x square. What is the expression of C? The expression of C is 1 divided by delta x square into phi WW divided by 2 plus phi P divided by 2 minus phi W into x square. Okay. So this is now my expression for phi. Now what I need to do, if you see over here, in my discretized form of equation, what I am having? In my discretized form of equation, what I have Fe into phi E minus Fw into phi W, that is equal to this gamma E into d phi by dx at E minus gamma W into d phi by dx at W. So I have to calculate phi E, phi W, d phi by dx at E and d phi by dx at W. Okay. So when I am calculating for phase W, this will be my phase W over here, and this will be my phase E. So can you tell me for phase W, what will be the value of X?
Del X by 2.
Del X by 2 minus del X by 2.
Yes, sir, minus del X.
In the negative direction. Okay. So for W phase, we will be having X as nothing but equal to minus del X by 2. Let me substitute minus del X by 2 over here. So if I substitute, I will be getting value of phi at nothing but point W. So that will become equal to phi P. When I will be substituting minus del X by 2 over here, I will be getting 1 by 2 outside with a negative sign. Okay. So let me multiply with minus 1 by 2 throughout. So I will be getting minus phi WW by 4 minus 3 phi P divided by 4, and here I will be getting plus phi W. Okay. Similarly, over here, if I now substitute X is equal to delta X by 2, so here negative sign will not come, delta X square will be cancelling, but multiplier I will be getting plus 1 by 4. Okay. So I will be getting plus phi WW divided by 8 plus phi P divided by 8 minus phi W divided by 4. Now, can you tell me what will be the final expression for phi W? So, final expression of phi W will be what I will be getting. Can you tell me? Segregate different terms. So, I have over here this phi WW by 4. So, minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. So, what this term will be becoming?
3 by 8 phi P.
3 phi P by 8.
3 by 8 phi
P.
I P. Okay. Then
Minus phi WW by 8.
phi WW by 8. What
3
about
phi
phi
W
W?
by 4.
Plus
3 phi W by 4.
3 phi
Sir,
W.
left hand side should be phi W by 4.
Please tell me the final coefficients in terms of phi P, phi WW, and phi W on the right hand side. And also be careful, this phi W is different than the phi W on right hand side, because this phi W is at the face. So that's why I'm writing it as small w. And W which is on right hand side, it is capital W, which is for the node point. Okay. So if you see with 3 pi P by 4 and 1
Plus
by
3 by 4 phi W.
Sorry,
Plus
3 by 4 by
phi
W.
W
plus 3 by 4,
into phi W.
3 by 4 into phi W. So I can write 6 by 8 into phi W. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So finally, I will be getting 1 by 8 times phi P, 3 phi P minus phi WW plus 6 into phi W. Okay. So this is how I have obtained the expression of phi W when I am using quadratic interpolation function. Okay. Can you tell me, without deriving the equation, what will be the value for east face without going into the complete derivation, just looking into the previous expression of phi W? Now can you tell me what will be the expression for east face? What will be the expression for east face? What you have to do over here, now you have to apply over here your intuitive thinking. Okay. So when I am approximating value of phi W, what I am doing, I am considering two nodes in the upstream direction. So phi WW and phi W are the nodes which are nothing but in the upstream of phase W. And this phi P is the node which is in the downstream. So it means when we are considering this quadratic upwind interpolation, we are considering the two nodes from the upwind side and one node from the downstream side. Okay. So if similarly I apply this corresponding approximation for phase E, so what will be the situation for phase E? Let me show it over here. So say this is my node P, this is my node E, and this is node W. So phase E will be somewhere over here. So if you see now, P and W are the nodes in the upstream of E, and this capital E is the node in the downstream direction. So now can you tell me the coefficients for phi E?
There's 3 phi E minus
3 phi
E
3
minus
phi
5
E
phi P
minus
5 P plus 6 phi.
minus what will be the second term?
Sir,
Have I written it correctly?
sir.
Is it correct what I have written or wrong?
Yes, right.
Okay, fine. Now what we have to do? So our first task is solved. We have obtained the value for phi W and phi E. Now our next task is to find out the value for which parameter? D phi by dx at E and D phi by dx at W. So what we have to do for that? First we have to find out D phi by dx. So what will be D phi by dx? Phi p will be cancelling out, and it will be nothing but equal to B plus 2cx. Okay, so what is the value of B? Please say value of B. IWW divided by 2 plus 3 phi p divided by 2 minus phi w. Okay, and what about plus 2 times of c into x? So what is the value of c? Phi WW divided by 2 plus phi p divided by 2 plus, sorry, minus phi w into x. Okay.
Sir, there should be minus 2 phi w in the value of B. The last
There
one.
should be
Minus 2 phi w. 3 phi p by 2 minus.
okay, minus 2 phi w. Okay, fine. Okay, so now this is the expression we have got. When I will be calculating this d phi by dx for waste this w phase, what I will be getting? I have to substitute x is equal to minus, what will be the value of x?
Del x by 2.
Minus del x by 2. Okay, so b is phi ww by 2 plus 3 phi p divided by 2 minus 2 phi w plus 2 times of phi ww. I think we have done some mistake somewhere. Okay, so these two quantities I forgot to write. Delta x and delta x square, yes. So here I will be having, because expression of b is also involving delta x, so I will be having 1 by delta x over here, and here I will be having 1 by delta x squared, okay, multiplied by this entire. This point is clear? So
Yes,
now
sir.
when I, so
Yes,
it
sir.
means over this entire this I will be finding 1 by delta x over here, and plus this when I will be substituting minus delta x by 2. So when I will be substituting minus delta x by 2, 2 will cancel and 1 delta x will also cancel. So I'll be finally finding minus 1 by delta x times of phi w divided by 2 plus phi p by 2 minus phi w. Okay. So now can you tell me what I'll be getting for d phi by dx at face w? Will I be getting this particular value? Please verify from the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now one important thing, let me show you over here. While we have considered this type of variation, this type of quadratic variation in between the three node points W, say WW, W and P, and we were interested in obtaining the slope d phi by dx at face W. What we have seen that my d phi by dx at face W has become nothing but equal to phi p minus phi W divided by delta x. What is phi p minus phi W by delta x? Phi p minus phi W by delta x is nothing but a straight line joining the two node points. Okay, so this is nothing but my identical to that of central differencing scheme. And what I can do over here, I can consider that over this is my quadratic equation, so it will be nothing but of parabolic nature. Okay, so over this parabola, if I consider this as my one chord, okay, so this is one of the chord over my parabola. So in this case, you can see what will be d phi by dx. D phi by dx at face W will be nothing but a tangent which is passing through this midpoint. Okay, so there is one theorem in mathematics which is known as Rolle's theorem, which tells that if on a parabola we are we are taking some chord, if we are taking the midway, then the slope of the chord will be equal to slope of the tangent of the curve on the midpoint of that particular chord. Okay, so over here, this thing will be only applicable when we are having uniform spacing. Okay, if our spacing is not uniform, in that case we will not be able to directly write this d phi by dx as phi p minus phi w by delta x. Okay, so as we have seen mathematically also, and this is some universal theorem which is available. So because of this, now I need not to do further calculation for d phi by dx at face E. I can simply write, because my mesh over here is uniform, so I can simply write d phi by dx at face E as nothing but equal to phi E minus phi P divided by delta x. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what I will be doing, I have obtained all the values, so I will be substituting all the values in my main equation. So main equation is Fe into phi E minus F W into phi W, which is equal to gamma E times d phi by dx at E minus gamma W into d phi by dx at W. Okay, so now can you substitute values over here? What I will be getting? Fe into, in place of phi E, can you tell me the value? 1 by 8 times, what is the value of phi E? Please, any one of you say
Sir,
the
1
value.
by, sir, 3 phi E minus phi W.
3 phi E minus
phi W.
Yes.
Plus 6 phi P.
6 phi P. Okay. And minus FW into, what will be the value for phi W?
Sir, it will be 1 by 8 whole bracket 3 phi P minus phi W plus 6 phi W.
Okay, equal to gamma E by delta x times phi P minus, sorry, phi E minus phi P minus of gamma W by delta x into phi p minus phi w. Okay. So now can you segregate different terms involving p, w, and e? So let us bring p to the left hand side and all other terms to the right hand side. Okay. So please tell me the coefficients. If I write this equation in the form of AP into phi p equal to AE into phi E plus AW into phi W plus AWW into phi WW. Okay, so if I write this particular equation in this form, can you tell me what will be the coefficients? And also consider that D is equal to gamma by delta x. So this I can write gamma by delta x over here as DE, and this gamma W by delta x I can write simply as nothing but DW. So after these substitutions, can you tell me the values for coefficients? What will be value of AE?
So it should be DE minus
3
FE by 8.
3 FE by 8. Okay. What will be the value for AW?
Sir,
Please tell
DW
me.
minus 6FW.
DW
Minus 6FW
yes,
and minus FE.
minus F
E.
Okay. And what about
Minus 6W by 8 and
Okay.
plus FE by 8.
FE by 8 plus FE?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about AWW?
Minus FW by 8 plus FW by 8.
Plus FW by 8. Okay. And AP, that will be very long expression finally. Others, please see if you have got same coefficients or not for AE, AW and AWW.
Sir, in AW, plus 6 FW by 8.
Plus
Yes,
6
sir.
FW by 8. And what about FE? This FE will also have plus sign or minus sign?
So it's plus.
Plus sign.
Okay, so both FW and FE I am making it plus. AWW also you have told me. Now can you tell me about AP? These are nothing but simple algebraic manipulations.
So 6 by 8 FE.
Okay, let me write. AP equal to 6 by 8 F. 6 by 8
FE
FE.
minus 3 by 8 FW.
Okay.
And so please scroll the screen.
Plus DE plus DW.
Plus DE plus DW.
Please plus DW.
Plus DE minus DW.
Okay. Plus DE minus DW. This much only?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
that would be plus DW.
Sir, plus DW. Plus DW.
Okay, okay, fine. So now over here, if you see, we are getting the number of plus and minus terms over here. Okay, so you can see when I have coefficient of AE, it is having this DE minus FE by 8. then this AW term seems to be entirely positive. I'm not sure about sign of FE. Is it positive or is it negative in AW?
Sir, positive.
Positive only. Okay, fine. And if you see over here AP, with AP also we are having one negative term. So under certain conditions, what can happen if one of the term is actually dominating significantly, then some of the coefficients may become positive, some of the coefficients may become negative. Okay, so the combination of this positive and negative coefficients will be actually making our scheme unstable. Okay, so in order to have all the coefficients positive, one of the necessary conditions we have to supply is that AE has to be greater than 0. So if AE has to be greater than 0, in that case, what will be happening? I have to write that DE minus FE by 8 has to be greater than 0. In that situation, it will become DE has to be greater than FE by 8. And finally, I'll be getting that FE by DE has to be less than 8, and which is nothing but equal to Peclet number has to less than 8. Now, there seems some wrong. Okay, it is 3 by 8. I have made it mistake. Yeah. So it is minus 3 by 8. So let me write it 3 by 8. Then it will be 8 by 3 and it will be 8 by 3. Okay, this point is clear. So if we talk about in terms of the conservativeness, what we will be doing, the quadratic function we have selected in such a fashion so that the slope of first curve and the slope of second curve at common face is actually matching to each other. So if these slopes are matching to each other, in that case our fluxes will be balanced, and if our fluxes are balanced, that will make our scheme as nothing but conservative. Okay. Then second property is boundness. If we see over here, we have found that in order to ensure all the coefficients of same sign, we have to keep AE greater than 0. And while we are maintaining AE greater than 0, we are getting a condition that Peclet number has to less than 8 by 3. Okay, so it means this scheme will be conditionally stable when Peclet number is less than 8 by 3. So quick is, in terms of boundness, if we see, it is nothing but conditionally stable. Okay, and if we talk about third criteria of transportiveness, so if you see over here, while we are estimating the fluxes at any of the phase, we are considering two nodes in the upstream direction and one node in the downstream direction. So it means we are providing more weightage to the upstream nodes. So we are providing more weightage to the direction of the flow. So that's why it takes care of the transportive nature. Okay. And if we talk about in terms of order of accuracy, so we are nothing but taking the participation from 3 different nodes. So as we are taking participation from 3 different nodes, in general, scheme will be second order accurate, but we have done it over here for uniform mesh. So while we are considering for uniform mesh, if we make analogy to the Taylor series expansion, we will be finding that scheme is nothing but third order accurate. Okay, this point is clear. So what we are having, this particular scheme is conservative, conditionally stable for Peclet number less than 8 by 3. It ensures transportive feature. However, on uniform mesh, its order of accuracy is third order, so order of accuracy is very high. Okay, this point is clear.
So, how we have get the order?
So what you can do, this expression you have written now over here, phi expression for phi E or phi W. Say for example, you have written this expression of phi E equal to 1 by 8 into 3 phi E minus phi W plus 6 phi P. Okay. Now you have to involve 3 meshes phi E, phi W and phi P, and with reference to phi E you have to apply over there Taylor series expansion. Okay, and from that Taylor series expansion, if you try to obtain the same expression by neglecting the higher order term, so you will be finding this same expression will be coming when you are neglecting third order terms. Okay, So whatever
Okay,
I have
okay.
conveyed, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Basically, this particular expression you have to derive from Taylor series expansion. Okay, and from the Taylor series expansion, whatever the terms will be neglected, their order will be third. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So now, because of this particular feature of the upwind differencing scheme, that it is not completely stable, it is conditionally stable. Different researchers have tried different variants of this upwind differential scheme, and such variants of the upwind differential schemes takes care of the stability, okay, irrespective of any condition. So to do so, as I told you that different people have tried different variants. So one of the variant I will be discussing over here. So this particular variant is actually proposed by Hayase and co-workers in 1992. Okay. So they have provided a variant for the upwind differential scheme, and that particular variant actually takes care of the stability issue. Okay. So can you tell me what is the expression of phi W? The expression of phi W is nothing but equal to 1 by 8 times. Please tell me the expression.
Sir, 3 phi p minus
Yes.
phi WW plus
Yes.
6 phi W.
Okay. What
And
about
it,
second?
it would be 3 phi E minus phi W plus 6 phi P.
Okay. Okay. Now, can I write this first equation phi W as equal to phi W plus 1 by 8 into 3 phi P minus phi WW minus 2 phi W? Can I write it? So this 6 by 8 over here, I have written nothing but as 1 minus 2 by 8. This point is clear?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, can I write phi E equal to phi P plus 1 by 8 into 3 phi E minus phi W minus 2 phi P? Okay. So now let me substitute these two expressions. So what I have done, nothing but I have taken simple upwind differential scheme, but in the upwind differential scheme, for estimating the phase phi W, I have made it equivalent to that of basic upwind scheme plus some additional terms. Okay. Similarly, while I am estimating this phi E, I have made it upwind plus some additional terms over here. Okay. So let me now substitute this particular expression into our main equation. So if I substitute this into main equation, what I will be getting? Fe into, in place of phi E, I can write phi W, I can write phi P plus 1 by 8 of, from the previous slide, I have to note the values. Yeah. So 1 by 8 of 3 times phi E minus phi W minus 2 phi P, okay, minus of FW into, what is the expression for phi W? I have got new expression, that is phi W plus 1 by 8 into 3 phi P minus phi WW minus 2 phi W, okay, and this will be equal to dE into phi E minus phi P plus, minus dW into phi P minus phi W. Now, can you tell me if I have to, what I will be doing? I have to write this equation in the form of AP into phi P equal to AE into phi E plus AW into phi W plus some source term S bar. Okay. So what I will be doing now, let me segregate different terms over here by only considering this first part. This second part, whatever we are having, this I will put into the source term. Okay, so if I put this part into the source term, I will be getting expression as FE plus DE plus dW times phi p, that will be equal to dE into phi e minus will become plus dW plus FW into phi W, and in the source term I will be having plus all these quantities. So this quantity will be becoming plus FW divided by 8 into 3 phi p minus phi WW minus 2 phi W. Okay, and then I will be having one more term minus FE by 8 times, what will be in the multiplication? 3 phi E minus phi W minus 2 phi P. Is this point clear? What I have written over here?
Yes, sir.
So if you see, nothing but I have made analogy as AP into phi P equal to AE into phi E plus AW into phi W plus S bar. Okay, so this A you can see over here, AP, this is your AP, all the coefficients are positive. This is your AE, this is also positive, and AW is also positive. So now you can see we have rearranged our scheme in such a fashion so that all our main coefficients, which are actually participating in the diagonal and near diagonal terms, these all are becoming nothing but positive. Whereas we are having this source term over here S, and that source term is actually considering or combining all the terms involving negative coefficients. Okay. Now, while we will be finding the numerical solution of this particular equation, what we will be considering, we will be solving this much portion for, say, my time step n. If I am solving at my some iteration level n, I will be considering this source term value known from the previous iteration n minus 1. Okay, so basically what I am doing over here, I am trying to judicially write my expression of the quick scheme in such a fashion so that all the diagonal terms AP into AP, AE and AW, these are becoming always positive. Okay, so these terms, let me write over here, AP, AE and AW are always positive. So these are becoming always positive, and this term S bar over here is nothing but it is including all negative coefficients. Okay, and while we are finding the solution, what I have done, till these three I will be obtaining at nth iteration, and value of this source term I will be obtaining from the n minus 1th iteration. So if I am obtaining the value of this source term from n minus 1th iteration, in that case what will be happening? This value of S bar will be nothing but a known parameter. Is it? Will it be known? Please say yes or no. Have you got this point or not?
Yes.
Okay. So what we will be having, this will be our known parameter, and whatever all the coefficients I have got, these are nothing but positive. Okay. So in this way, what we are doing, we are making our main coefficients, which we are calculating at nth iteration, identical to that of upwind differencing scheme, whereas our source term is actually taking care of the additional terms which are coming because of the quick scheme, but we are not involving all the coefficients of the quick scheme at the same time level. Okay, so whatever the correction quick scheme is doing into our upwind differencing scheme, that correction actually we are employing at one step one step later. Okay, so we are considering it from the previous iteration. So that's why this type of solution approach is something which is known as deferred correction. Okay, so the meaning of this is we are considering upwind at nth iteration, and whatever the additional term coming because of the quick scheme, so that S bar is the correction term which is coming. So that particular correction we are taking from n minus 1th iteration. Okay, so the correction we are taking from the previous iteration. So that's why we are actually deferring our solution by one step in order to include the effect of the correction. So this particular type of solution approach is referred to as a deferred correction approach, and one of the advantage of this approach is that it is making our solution or our discretization scheme completely stable. Okay, however, what will be happening, though we are providing correction by lag of one step, but when we will be finding out the numerical solution for number of iterations, that will be actually catching up the correction factor, and finally we will be able to get converged solution. Okay, but one of the advantage is that by using this deferred correction approach, we will be able to make our quick scheme unconditionally stable, which was initially becoming conditionally stable. Okay, now let me show you the comparison of results in between upwind differencing and quick scheme. So if you recall, I have taken one earlier example of this tangential flow where flow was parallel to diagonal. Okay, so in that case my exact solution was something like this. So this was the exact solution when I was plotting along a dash value of phi. So if you find out the solution using upwind differencing scheme, we had seen that we will be having significant diffusion. So this is say using upwind scheme, if we are using 50 by 50 number of meshes. If I use the the quick scheme, I will be finding the solution to be very close to that of exact solution. So this is my quick with 50 by 50. But one of the limitation of the quick scheme will be there. So quick scheme has helped in reducing the amount of numerical diffusion at the same grid level, same grid resolution. Okay, but you can see over here in some portion it has made certain oscillations into our solution. Okay, so near some portion it has resulted in a few oscillations into our solution. So what are the implications of these oscillations and how these oscillations can be further avoided to improve our quick scheme, that we will try to see in our next lecture. Now you can ask some questions if you are having any.